Hello and welcome to the Fatpants podcast. Known for doing anything for a Klondike bar, you all know me as Pants.
And I'm Slacky, and I believe that a hot dog is not a sandwich, it's a taco.
What lies ahead is the final battleground for all food disputes, big and small, no matter the state, the culture, or the country. One thing that everyone understands, and that is Fatpants. All right, Slacky, the first thing I want to dive into today as we begin our journey into the wonderful world of ice creams, I would like to talk about some of my and some of your favorite ice creams.
Cool.
If it's okay with you, I'll give you like maybe two of mine and then two of yours, and we'll go back and forth a little bit on these.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, cool. And then these are in no particular order other than like this is a very loose top 5. I think all of these are equally enjoyed as far as these flavors go. It would be hard for me to put one over another outside of like the exact moment. It's just whatever I'm in the mood for. But these 5 are basically like these are the 5 that I'm gonna go for. Like without thinking, if any of these 5 are available, these would be like the ones I go with.
Yeah.
So my first 2, I think, and we were laughing about this mere moments ago, but my old man picks of
hmm
butter pecan and pistachio as 2 of like the best, definitely old man flavors. I don't think I've ever seen an old man not enjoy pistachio ice cream,
True.
but I have liked pistachio ice cream my whole life. I've always gone with it, and like, there's not really a good reason for why. It's just one of those things I feel like I picked as a kid. Like went into like we went into whatever ice cream store. I don't know.
Baskin Robbins. You
Not
went
a
into
not a
Baskin
Baskin
Robbins.
Robbins. I've
Oh,
never set foot in a Baskin Robbins. Not for any reason. I don't have any qualms with them. I just there was one in the town I grew up in, and there were like 5 mom and pop ice cream places that were half the price with homemade ice cream. So it was just easier to do that. But yeah, pistachio is always good. It doesn't leave you with like cotton mouth, kind of
hmm
like chocolate ice cream. People who think that I'm a lunatic for eating chocolate ice cream and then wanting water right after,
Yeah,
you're the criminals, not me.
you're the criminal.
You've never had that? You've never had like chocolate ice cream or chocolate
No,
cake or something like that and then been like, I need water in my mouth?
no, no.
No.
If I'm eating anything chocolate, it's gonna be with milk. 100% with
That's
milk.
fair. I feel like chocolate ice cream and then like some nice cold water right after that is not uncommon, but it's definitely a necessity. Also, I should make note that for the purposes of these lists, I don't think there's any novelty ice creams. Like these are just straight flavors.
Right.
But my other one was butter pecan. It's just a good flavor. Like in my head, like pistachio is a good like summer and spring ice cream. Butter pecan is the fall winter version of the basic nut ice cream. It's nice. It's got a good flavor to it, but it's not
Yeah.
like it's not really complicated. It's a little more impressive than strawberry chocolate vanilla, but only by like a small percentage.
Yeah. Wifey really likes pistachio. That's in her top 5.
Nice, nice,
Um,
nice, nice.
so you're not alone with that. For me, my tier list starts with mint chocolate chip, like the Bluebell version of mint chocolate chip if I can get it, but it's always been my favorite and probably will always be my favorite. After that is probably cookie dough, any kind of cookie dough ice cream, which probably burst onto the scene about what 10, 15 years ago, where it seemed like everyone was putting cookie dough into their ice creams, and I really like it. I like cookie dough,
I love
so.
cookie dough ice creams are so good.
Mhm.
Ben and Jerry's makes, well, a lot of companies make it
Yeah.
realistically. But like it's just edible cookie dough.
Yeah.
The reason I brought up the Ben and Jerry's ones is they specifically have cookie dough bites and they are so good.
Yeah, it's basically cookie dough that's made without raw eggs, so you don't get that.
Which is fine. Give me the
Uh,
raw egg. I don't care.
yeah,
I've eaten raw cookie dough my whole life. I'm fine.
that's good. Number 3 on my list is cookies and cream. It's probably the number 1 on the kiddos list right now. He goes between cookies and cream and mint chocolate chip. Just a good basic cookies and cream, I think, is a top tier ice cream.
Okay,
Um
I can see that. I do have an unrelated but related question.
Mhm.
How do you feel about Hershey's cookies and cream bars?
They're good. I actually kinda like them.
Interesting.
It's kind of like an inverse I kinda liken it to, like, an inverse Hershey bar. Because for the most part, it's made with white chocolate and it has the bits of the cookie in it.
Mhm.
I think they're good. The kiddo absolutely loves them. It's his favorite chocolate bar. If he sees them like in the Sev or wherever,
Mhm.
he'll grab it and that's like this is my pick. Like, cool. Yeah, he loves those.
That's fair. I definitely ate too many of them when I was, a kid
Yeah,
and, like, ruined them for myself, where it's just like, "Oh, this is
lost your appetite for him.
pretty gross." Yeah, like, I just like,
I'm over it now.
they just have a sweetness that, like
Right.
I like white chocolate. I think it's good.
I mean, based on your tier list of ice creams, like your first 2 being a white chocolate based ice cream, it's not
Well,
surprising that you would say
nobody
something like, "I
nobody
like white
heard
chocolate."
those 2. I
Mm.
haven't said those 2 out loud yet, so mind your
Well,
business.
I'm mentally
Yeah, that's
reading your
fine.
brain there, Pants.
But
The other 2 for me, I'm gonna pull these out real quick. Ben&
yeah,
and Jerry's makes an ice cream called Americone Dream.
huge.
Top tier choice. It's the vanilla ice cream with the chocolate covered, waffle cone pieces with the caramel swirl.
Mhm.
Insane, I love it so much. The other one, that's really good, and I can if I can get it, I'll eat it, and I can't get it out here because it's Bluebell, and they don't deliver a lot of their flavors out here where I live, is Bluebell, called Cookie Two-Step. It is cookies and cream mixed with chocolate chip cookie dough. It's amazing. If you see it in your freezer and you live where Bluebell is and you see it, get it. I highly recommend the
I don't
Cookie
think
Two-Step.
Bluebell
It's so
is
good.
sold in
Probably not.
'cause that was the issue with the Dr. Pepper's ice cream as well, right?
Yeah, well, Bluebell has had some bad luck over the last, I'd say, few years. They had a listeria scare in like one of their plants and shut down. They had to shut down for like 6 months. They had to stop making ice cream for like 6 months to clean out like a lot of their stuff,
Yeah, but why can't they
factories and whatnot.
sell it here? I
It probably it's just one of those like manufacturing kind of things where it's like they can't guarantee like the freshness of it by the time it
yeah,
gets to wherever it's supposed to get to, so they only deliver to, like, a certain radius, that kinda thing. Like,
going
it only just came out here, I'd say, like, 10 years ago. It
Mhm.
was, like, it was, like, right after or, like, right around the time when the kiddo was born, like, we started getting rumors that Bluebell was gonna expand, a little further west, and we started getting it in the freezer, and we are like, "Oh, Bluebell's here," and then they had this huge, like, scare with one of their processing plants that had found listeria in it or something, and had to shut down production for a lot of different places.
Per the internet, they only have
Ah, the
2
internet.
well, it's linking directly to their website. They only have 2 production facilities, one's in Texas, one's in Alabama. So that's why that's why I can't
Yeah.
get it in the Northeast.
Well, I believe I was based in Texas. It was founded in a little town called Brenham, which is in the south, southern part of the state near Houston, a little, Houston and San Antonio, kind of in
Yeah.
between those 2
Well,
cities.
it's horse shit that I can't have this Dr.
I'm
Pepper
sorry.
float ice cream.
I haven't found it yet either. For those of you, if you're listening and you've had the Dr. Pepper float Bluebell ice cream, please leave a comment and tell us how delicious and amazing it is so we can be jealous of you.
I'm just reading the description on this cookie two-step. It sounds pretty good.
It's I'm telling you, it's really good. I've only had it like maybe twice in my lifetime. Both times it was when I was in Texas visiting the folks.
Mhm.
Uh, it's easy to get mint chocolate chip because it's one of their staples. It's one of their, like, always on rotation, so I think that one is easy to get where I live, but some of the
Mhm.
more I wouldn't say crazier flavors, but more, like, intricate flavors that they only do, like, for, like, a seasonal period,
Yeah.
are really hard to get outside of, like, Texas or some of the southern states.
I'm looking at just some of their recipe or some of their flavors, and they have a recipe that's called the Great Divide. And it's just a split half gallon of vanilla and chocolate.
It's kind of like it's kinda like Neapolitan for those who don't like strawberry. It's like, "Do you like Neapolitan but can't stand strawberry ice cream? Have we got a flavor for you?" Let me ask you a question. Were you when you were a kid, this happened to me. When you were a kid and your parents bought, Neapolitan ice cream because they were lazy and they didn't wanna have to decide on a flavor, which flavor did you go and finish first? For me, it was always strawberry. I really like strawberry ice cream. That would definitely be in a extended list for me on strawberry. But I would always finish the strawberry portion of Neapolitan first, and then leave probably chocolate last. I don't know. I guess that makes me weird.
No, I think I agree. Given the opportunity to choose an order in which I would eat Neapolitan ice cream, I think you're right. I would go strawberry, then vanilla, then chocolate. I have nothing against chocolate ice cream. It's just of those three main staple flavors,
Right.
it's the worst of the three. I just think chocolate ice cream is by itself boring, and
Mm,
is all the good chocolate flavors are just good because they're carried by whatever's mixed into it. Like chocolate peanut butter ice cream, like any Reese's ice cream,
mm.
is only good because it's got peanut butter in it. And
I,
that may be a hot take that not everyone agrees with, but I
I
think
yeah, I know some certain people who would definitely disagree with you there on that particular landscape. Like, for instance, like her top 5 ice cream is pistachio, and then right after that is a just plain Belgian chocolate ice cream. So in your face.
hey, look, I said what I said. Chocolate ice cream is
I'm
boring.
but for me, I've subscribed to the theory of too much chocolate is not for me. Like, you have chocolate, but then let's throw in a ring of fudge and then chocolate, like, covered candy pieces or whatever, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"That's too much chocolate. You're overbalancing the chocolate, and now I need to drink a whole gallon of milk to compensate for all of this chocolate that I've ingested."
Yeah, I'll stick with my chocolate. Like if I'm having chocolate ice cream, I'm gonna have a nice crisp glass of water after it
So
because,
weird.
dude, the chocolate just makes my mouth dry.
Okay.
It's the
Then
reason
drink
that
milk.
it's the reason that I don't none of my preferred ice creams are chocolate ice creams.
Chocolate based. Yeah,
Yeah.
same, same.
So my other 3, because I only did 2, and then you went, "I'll
Oh,
do all
oh,
5." Um,
yeah. That's how I roll, nerd.
that's fine. 2 of mine are more seasonally based, but if I can get them out of their season, it's a 0 hesitation purchase for me.
Alright.
Any kind of pumpkin pie ice cream is fantastic. Everyone that knows me knows that I'm a basic pumpkin spice kind of gal myself, and that extends to ice cream. Pumpkin pie cheesecake ice cream, or just like any kind of pumpkin spiced ice cream is good.
Mhm.
It gives me like the nice fall brain scratchies that I like out of fall. And then I'm a big winter and Christmas holiday season person, so peppermint bark ice cream. Haagen-Dazs makes one specifically. I guess it's vanilla ice cream, but
Mhm.
it might even be like a peppermint ice cream. And it has like little chunks of candy cane and dark chocolate in it. And it's just so good. I can eat some serious ice cream. I can really put it away. That's no shocker there. This is one of the few ice creams that I can accidentally put it away. Like even if my intention is to only eat some, it's gone in mere seconds. Because
Dude,
it's just so good.
killing a pint of ice cream is nothing.
No, but this, I can't like, usually if I'm gonna eat a pint of ice cream in a sitting, like, I'm
Mhm.
gonna think about it and be like, "This is my goal." Like, I'm gonna do this
Uh
intentionally.
I've pulled it up on the internet's peppermint bark ice cream from Haagen-Dazs is rich white chocolate ice cream
Oh,
blended with crunchy chocolate peppermint bark and peppermint candy pieces. I'm 100% on board with this because peppermint bark is a top tier Christmas candy for me. Like, the
yeah.
the Ghirardelli peppermint bark squares. I
Yep.
don't know if you're familiar with those,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I will kill a bag in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, so if if anyone doesn't know what to get me for Christmas, just get me peppermint bark,
I got you, homie.
and, uh, and that's it.
The problem will be sharing.
Yeah, it's like peppermint bark is easy. It's easy to make. Plus or minus every year. I make chocolate covered pretzels, and then
Mm.
I have there's like a locally owned chocolatier here, and they sell a lot of like oils and stuff like that. So I get like straight up peppermint oil and just mix that into white chocolate and make my own peppermint bark chocolate covered pretzels,
Nice.
and they're so good.
That's
Uh,
tasty.
my My last flavor of my good ones is one that I actually bought today.
Mm.
Haagen-Dazs makes it's a white chocolate raspberry truffle. So it's like a white chocolate ice cream with dark chocolate hunks and like raspberry swirls in it. And it's good because you get some sweetness from the raspberry, you get the sweetness from the white chocolate, but you get some bitterness from the dark chocolate to balance it out. It's good. I I like ice cream that has texture to it. Like all five ice creams that I named are ice cream flavors that have things in them. So like in that pistachio ice cream, if there's some like little like hunks of like just like rough chopped pistachio. Same
Mhm.
thing with the butter pecan. Peppermint bark has little bits of peppermint in it. Pumpkin pie cheesecake might have like a graham cracker piece here and there.
Solid, solid, yeah.
Yeah, anything that has like I like I like texture. I don't know
Mhm.
what it is that makes me, like, enjoy ice cream more when there's, like, texture in it.
No, and I agree, like, for me, like, mint chocolate chip is nothing without the chocolate chips
Oh, yeah.
in it.
Regular mint ice cream is, like, kinda sociopathic, in my opinion,
Uh,
but
I feel but you're
mint
right, I
chip,
feel like
normal.
yeah. I feel like you're right with the idea of having some kind of a texture within your ice cream kinda gives it a little bit of an extra, like, kind of pulls it over the line to be really
Sure.
good. Cookies and cream is really good, but you also have that texture with the cookies in it. You know, cookie dough, at the same
Yeah.
time, you have that the vanilla ice cream, but then you have the chunks of cookie dough in it that kinda give you something else to work for.
Mhm.
Regular ice cream is okay, but there's a reason why, like, you put, like, the vanilla ice cream on top of, like, a piece of pie or some cobbler because it's good to go with something, like the regular ice cream without the texture in it, you know what I mean?
Sure. So, do you have now that I'm thinking about
Mm,
it, so, like,
mhm,
I have my list of ice cream flavors in front of me, and I have a mental list of your ice cream flavors. Are there any ice cream flavors that you just don't want, like, ever?
mm. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Pistachio.
You're a you're the worst.
It's
Really?
it's literally there's 3 I have 3 ice creams, that are on my will not, never in a million years. Pistachio is one of them. I don't
Why?
like the flavor of pistachios. I don't necessarily think it belongs in an ice cream. And which is this is hard, Pants,
Uh-huh.
this is hard too, because it's wifey's, like, number 1
Yeah,
is
it's
pistachio ice cream.
well,
And
there's an
and
upside
and
there, but go ahead.
right? But she I mean, she doesn't do, dairy, as much anymore. She's more of a, they call them frozen desserts if it's not ice cream,
Sure.
because you can't typically say because ice cream is derived from cream. If it doesn't have cream in it, you can't call it ice cream.
Go on.
So it's more of a frozen dessert. So she prefers coconut milk-based stuff, which is kinda hard to do with the pistachio ice cream.
Oh, what's that one brand?
If
What's
she
that
was sitting
brand?
next to me, she'd be beating me over the head with, "It's this one,"
Yeah,
and
it's, at least for me, it's, So Delicious is the brand. It's just got a big SO on is their, like, their thing.
big shout out.
I don't know, but they make a very good dairy-free ice cream or frozen dessert, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, all of
Yeah,
these are
they
really
have a
good.
lot of stuff. Yeah, they have a lot of
The
stuff.
bananas Foster one,
Butter
um
pecan, butter pecan for you.
yeah, but bananas Foster,
Mocha almond fudge,
not a mocha
I guess.
person. Mocha
Yeah.
so my, like, no thank you ice cream,
Mhm.
aside from, like, octuple chocolate ice cream, because I
Sure.
agree, too much chocolate is, like you hit a point where, like, okay, this is just, like
It's overpowering.
it's just not good.
Yeah.
But really the only I think, like, coffee flavored ice creams are on my no thank you list,
High
unless
fives.
it's, like a brand that I know or something that I've had before that, like,
Mhm,
the coffee part of it is super minimal,
mhm.
and even then, like, it's on my no thank you list, but if it's the only option, I'm still gonna try it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Coffee flavored ice cream is a no for me. It's a hard pass. I don't really particularly drink a lot of coffee.
Mhm,
I'm pretty, and I think you're in the same boat as me. Like I don't go out of my way to say I need coffee like every morning.
mhm.
I do fine with other products to get caffeinated by, and therefore coffee ice cream holds no appeal to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of gross. I just don't do it. Coffee ice cream is on on the no list for me.
That's fair.
Getting back on topic, for me, my third hatred when it comes to ice cream, and I'm sorry to all of you fans out there. I'm gonna break everyone's heart. I don't like nuts in my ice cream, so Rocky Road is a thumbs
What?
down.
Rocky Road's so good.
I can't. It's the texture. It's the anything with nuts in it. I can't do. So if it's butter
So
pecan,
like butter
I'm
pecan and
sorry.
pistachio.
I can't do anything with nuts in it. See, pistachio is different because pistachio doesn't actually have pistachios in it. It's more of a pistachio flavored ice cream.
Some
At
do.
least some, I guess some do, but at least, from what I've come across, a lot of them don't actually have pistachios in it. Maybe I'm just misinformed because I don't like it.
That's
But
possible.
Rocky Road is a thumbs down for me. I can't do any kind of nut flavored, any kind of ice cream with nuts in it. Please don't clip that.
That's
Um,
understandable.
which is funny because, but seriously, like this is how wifey and I are. Her favorites are my worst. Like she
Mhm.
loves Rocky Road. She loves pistachio. She likes coffee flavored ice cream for
Well,
the
it's good
most
though
part.
because then you don't have to like share. You don't have to worry about
Oh, we don't. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah,
you don't have to
we
worry
don't.
about anybody but the kiddo eating the last bit of the ice cream that you wanted.
She has a story about me eating ice cream and her absolutely, like, hating me for, like, about 6 months
Did you
that
eat?
she loves to tell, and I'm just gonna leave it at that, and she'll tell you one day.
Fair enough. I can't wait.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, sweetheart, and she's literally, like, giving me side eye right now through the phone.
Completely fair.
Moving on. What's some
So
any more of your hatreds?
So I don't really hate that many ice creams. I had a separate thought because I was looking at my my whole wide list of different ice creams and things, trying to like formulate a negative ice cream opinion, but there really
Mhm.
aren't any. So I do have a question for you specifically regarding if you're getting ice cream. Let's say you're going out to get ice cream. Any form of nut is off the table as far as a topping goes. Are there other toppings that are like in your no list? Like, are there other, or
Topping.
or is it not a topping thing, but like an in the ice cream thing?
I think, I mean, you could go either way. Like you hit it when you said nuts. I don't do nuts in the ice cream or topped on the ice cream. However, this is the only situation on where I will deviate from this particular subject. A chocolate dipped ice cream bar that has the toasted almonds covering it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Vanilla, it's like a vanilla ice cream bar that's dipped in chocolate and it has toasted almonds on it. I will eat
yeah.
the crap out of those because the almonds don't taste like almonds.
What? So is it because it's like crushed up to such a small?
Yes. To such a small point where it's also, you have the ice cream, like, you have the chocolate shell around the ice cream, and it's just
Mhm.
fantastic. It's the only time I'll ever have nuts on an ice cream. Costco has a huge box of them. You should check those out next time you're at Costco. They're just like the ice cream bars. The kiddo eats like 3 a day, if we
That's
ever have
so
them.
bad.
That might have
Hold
been
on.
might have been an exaggeration. He doesn't actually do that.
So now are you
Um
only saying that it's an exaggeration because your wife is nearby?
No, she's not nearby, but
Oh,
she's
okay.
probably listening at this point. She's like, "What the hell?"
Oh,
No, he would eat 3 a day if I allowed him to. He only gets 1
fair. Bummer.
for posterity. Yeah, bummer for his part. This is not an adult. He's not
For
an adult,
for
and
legal
and
reasons, he's only allowed to have one.
once
Okay.
you turn 18, kid, you can do whatever you want. Eat 3 a day. I don't care. I'm not in control of you anymore. Toppings, though, I really like caramel on top of my ice cream,
Okay.
or caramel. Um,
Yeah, like a normal person.
Wifey specifically mentioned this morning, marshmallow, like the marshmallow sauce. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like fluff.
Yeah, yeah. She really likes that on her ice cream. She thinks that's top tier.
Okay. I think that's pretty good.
And I will say this, and I'm gonna go out of my way, and I'm probably gonna offend a whole lot of other people in this realm.
That's your job.
Bubblegum doesn't go in ice cream.
Who puts bubblegum on ice cream?
There is a bubblegum ice cream
Oh,
that has
like bubblegum
actual
flavor ice cream?
well, there's bubblegum flavored ice cream that actually has the bubblegum, like the ones you would get out of the machine that you put a quarter in
Yeah,
and
like
you
a
turn.
gumball.
Yeah, a gumball, yeah.
Huh.
They have ice cream that has the gumballs inside, and for me, that's no. So that's a no.
That feels fair. I think that's fair and reasonable. I don't think gumballs should go in ice cream.
Mhm.
I think gumballs good, ice cream good. Together not great because it gets too cold to chew.
Yeah.
And, like, it changes the makeup of it, and it just turns into, like, a gross, grainy mess. It almost turns
Grainy,
into,
yeah.
like, I don't know if you've ever had the candy Razzles,
No.
but it's basically like a chewable Tums that turns into bubblegum.
So you're selling me the
Eh,
chewable Tums.
oh, it's really
Oh.
not good. My stepbrother went through a phase where it was, like, his go-to candy. So, by proxy, I went through his phase of it being a go-to candy, and then, like, a bunch of years later, I saw him just, like, in, like, a 7-Eleven, and I was like, "Well, I haven't had these in a while," and I got them, and they're terrible. They're so bad.
It's like the, Necco wafers. Do you know what Necco wafers
Yeah,
are? Yeah,
unfortunately, I do.
they look like Tums,
They
and they
kinda taste
actually
like
they kinda
Tums.
taste like them too, yeah.
They taste like, if you took, like, sidewalk chalk and,
Yes.
like, just, like
Sliced it
yeah, just sliced
into
it,
s
and
into
then
circles.
made every 8th one taste like licorice, but the other 7 don't taste like anything. That's kinda what Necco wafers are.
That's so bad.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, Necco
that's a
wafers
no
are
for me.
terrible. Come back in October, and we'll talk about candy.
Candy, we'll talk about the terrible candies. Uh,
But so for me,
candy corn not included.
I love candy corn.
I do too.
I love 12 candy corn, and then
The rest
more
of it
than
tastes like wax.
yeah, after 12, my candy corn meter for the next 48 hours is tapped, but that's for October.
Toppings, we were on toppings.
I like, um, I like cookie crumbles on my ice cream.
Mhm.
Like, it's just like a nice little
Like
bit of crunch, like when you get an ice cream cake, like a Carvel ice cream cake, and it's got the little crunchy bits in it, those, but on the top, pretty good. I'm also quite partial to, like, gummy worms or bears on my ice cream, but it depends on how soon, like, if I'm getting ice cream to eat right then and there, I can do
mhm.
it, but if I'm not eating it immediately, I won't do it because they get too hard, and it's just like, "Oh, I can't eat this."
Yeah, gummy bears kinda have to be at a certain temperature, or if they get too cold,
Yeah, they just become like
it's a workout for your jaw, and,
yeah,
like, 3
it's
hours
like
later, your jaw aches. "What happened to what? Oh, yeah, I ate frozen gummy
and
bears."
it's like, "I don't remember eating a bag of jerky. Why does my jaw
That's
hurt?"
true. So I'm gonna throw it in on a different tangent because we're talking about toppings.
Mhm.
Speaking of toppings, frozen yogurt is huge. And especially these places now that have opened up where you go in and it's like a frozen yogurt bar where you go
Yeah,
in and you grab your tub and you fill up whatever flavor you want and you throw out like 60 different toppings on top.
and then they
Um,
go, "Alright, you pay by the pound,"
pay
and
by the
then
pound.
and then you realize what a mistake you've made,
I
and then
made a
you
mistake.
never go back
See, what you
because
do is yeah, see, the key is you put, like, the least amount of ice cream possible, or frozen yogurt, excuse me, and then you just dump on as much toppings as you want, and so literally you're just eating candy with a little bit of, frozen yogurt at the bottom. At least that's what my child does.
oh, well,
Uh,
see, I
he puts but I was gonna say, the reason I'm bringing this up is he puts the gummy worms in with his frozen yogurt, so
yeah,
he is on the side of any kind of gummy candy within ice cream is okay.
gummy candy
He's
is the
on board with
superior
that.
candy, I'll say it now, and I'll say it again in 2 months, 3
Well,
months.
in 2 months we're gonna see pants. This is what we're gonna. This is a preview to October's episode. You have to divide candy into two different worlds: your chocolate and your fruit, and
Alright,
they don't mix. You don't mix your chocolate with your fruit candy except for one situation, and
if you
that is
say
for
anything other than Muddy Bears, you're wrong.
Muddy Bears. It's
Let's
Muddy
go.
Bears. Yes. So the only time when mixing fruit and chocolate candy is acceptable is if you're doing chocolate covered gummy bears. That's it. That's the list.
That's fair. I can agree with that for
Uh,
right now.
Frozen yogurt is a weird thing in America because it's kind of like let's take something. This is from the Good Place, by the way. So all you Good Place watchers will appreciate this.
I've never
Taking
watched that.
taking something great and ruining it just a little bit so you can have so much more of it. That's what frozen yogurt is.
Yeah, okay.
It's the idea of taking ice cream and just making it a little bit less, a little bit subpar, and then just loading it up into a giant tub and then throwing as many toppings on it as you can. That's what to me frozen yogurt is. It's not as good as ice cream. It's soft serve. you know?
Yeah, it's
And
basically just expensive soft serve.
yeah, and it's okay. Some of the flavors can get kinda crazy. My
Mhm.
wife said she and the kiddo went to one of those frozen yogurt places, and she got because she does the dairy-free thing, and the only dairy-free option she had was apple. It was apple flavored. So she put caramel on top of it, and she made herself a little caramel apple, and she said it was good. You know, she didn't say it was great. She didn't say it was the best thing ever. She just said it was good. And to me, that's what frozen yogurt is.
Mhm.
It's not great. It's not Bluebell mint chocolate chip, and it never will be. It's not Haagen Dazs, peppermint bark ice cream, and it never will be. It's just okay. And
Sometimes it's nice though.
the only thing that makes it great is the unlimited amount of toppings that you can put on
It's
it
the freedom to bankrupt yourself because you
by the
put
by
too
the
many.
pound. By the pound.
Absolutely. While we're talking about nonsense ice creams, I would be criminally insane to ignore some novelty ice creams that are honorable mentions on my like list,
Yeah,
so to speak. Like obviously, I mentioned it very briefly, but like ice cream cake in general,
right.
sleeper pick. Ice cream cake goes crazy,
Mhm.
in my opinion. Better than regular cake.
It depends on what your definition of ice cream cake is.
Ice
Does
cream
your
cake.
obviously,
It's ice
thanks.
cream in a rectangle.
Okay. Does it include actual cake, or is it just ice
No,
cream
it's just
in
ice cream.
okay. See, I subscribe to the theory that I would rather have the little bit of cake portion in
No.
with the ice cream and make it that to me is the superior ice cream cake that actually has cake in
So
it. I like cake
so
and ice.
that is ice cream and cake.
Yes,
That is
ice
not ice
cream and
cream
cake and
cake.
cake. Ice cream and cake and cake.
Oh, I remember that commercial.
Yeah.
Um,
But
but
that's what I
no,
go
wait,
for.
but
But
wait, yeah,
I know what you mean. Like
so
Dairy Queen has the ice cream cake. Cold Stone, the
Carvel.
overrated Cold Stone,
How are you
has
gonna say that a Carvel ice cream cake is not the ultimate cake?
I don't know what Carvel is.
What?
Must be
Is
a
that a regional
northeastern
thing?
thing. 100%, 100%. I mean, I brought up Dairy Queen and Cold Stone, and you bring up
Oh,
this
yeah.
regionally biased northeastern Carvel thing. Gotta
Hey,
look this up now.
yeah. I mean, their headquarters is
Look,
in Georgia, so
0 oh, there's one in Nevada. Let's see
go to
where it
it.
is.
Go to it.
It's this no, because it's on the state line of I don't know
Yeah,
where.
but so
Where are
they
you?
have fun.
You're in Tahoe. Never mind.
Yeah, just go there. It's fine.
No.
Just go there.
Okay. Okay, just go to Georgia, Pants.
Look,
Jeez,
if I can
just as
get
far.
the Bluebell Dr. Pepper ice cream,
Just because you can drive 5 hours and go through 8 states doesn't mean I can.
that's fair. But they have such great ice cream cake names. Like they have novelty ice cream cakes, like
Mhm.
Fudgy the Whale and Cookie Puss.
Are these Are these safe for work terms?
Yeah.
Or are we about are
Yes.
we about to get TOS?
Yes, you can look those up safely.
I don't know. I've already closed the window. I'm not going back.
That's fair. My point is that ice cream cake is delicious.
Yes. No, you're right. You're right. It's also expensive.
Well, yeah, because it's like a fucking gallon of ice cream pressed into a brick. But yeah, so what we're talking about are two very different things. You're
Right.
describing ice cream and cake. I'm just saying ice cream in the shape of
Mhm.
cake. I
That's
like ice
true.
cream
It's
cake.
true.
The crunchy bit is the best bit.
100%. The layer of like it's like a layer of like a fudge cookie or something.
Yeah.
Dairy Queen does this
I don't know if I've
really
ever
well too.
been to a Dairy Queen. Like there's one down the road. They're not uncommon. I've just never been in one.
Do do everyone and one particular person who hope is listening a favor and get yourself some dilly bars just to say
Is
you
it
did.
I we have a mutual friend that loves dilly bars. I don't
Yes.
know.
Just do it.
Is it is it a
It's
Dairy Queen thing?
it's a Dairy Queen thing. Yeah. It's basically a chocolate covered vanilla ice cream bar,
Oh,
but they call them dilly bars and they're really
ooh,
good and
they have a
they also come.
butterscotch one?
Yes, they
A
come in different
cherry?
flavors. And it's the same with Dairy Queen too because you can get your dip cones. You know,
You
they
could
do the
get
soft serve.
your what? I'm sorry.
Your dip cones.
Oh, that P was not enunciated enough for me. And I was like, "Yo,
Dip.
dog, what's a what are
Where's
you
the
what are you saying to me?"
where's the sound? Where's the sound? I need the P sound. The dip cone where they take a soft serve vanilla ice cream and they dip it in
Yeah, like
chocolate or
Magic
butterscotch
Shell
or
or anything
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. It's
Now
really
I know
good,
now
really
I know what
good.
you're talking about. Ooh, oof,
There's a
I
reason
can't.
why Dairy Queen is considered the Texas stop sign. There's about a shit ton of them in Texas,
That's really funny.
and you can't throw a stone without hitting a Dairy Queen. Even in the middle of nowhere, West Texas, you could turn around and be like, oh, there's a Dairy Queen right there.
But only one
Um,
Carvel in the entire region. That's insane. That's
100%.
criminal.
I mean, hey, I'm not up to it. It's not my
I
job to market
I
Carvel.
I would say there is a non-zero chance if you went into
Mhm.
like a major grocery store, you could probably find a Carvel ice cream cake.
Probably. I'm
Because
not going
they're
to.
a major brand. Yeah, I'm not saying buy a whole ice cream cake. I'm just saying the next time you need one, just
It's not
take
my
a
birthday,
look.
friends. Yeah. Dairy Queen does a really good,
All right,
ice
time
cream
to
cake. That's usually what
time to
we
look
do.
up if it's possible to mail someone a
Mail someone ice cream cake.
yeah, I'd be like,
Dude, I'm gonna
just
get a package and it's just gonna be soaked with nothing. Here's your ice cream
you're
cake.
gonna get a DM of a tracking number that just says Cookie Puss.
Do not accept. Um,
But okay, so moving on from
Wifey's gonna have 1,000 questions. Excuse me.
that's fine.
Um, Cold Stone does really good, ice cream cakes, except for the fact that they cost, like, $150
Well,
for
that's just Cold
a
Stone.
cake. It's a little bit of an exaggeration, but actually kinda not. Cold Stone is the most overrated ice cream, shop in America, and I will not take any further questions on this.
I can
It's
agree with
too
that.
much ice cream for too much money, and you never finish it, and you always throw half of it away because you overordered, and,
I would
you
argue
know,
that Cold Stone is the Chipotle of ice cream.
you're right based on order. I do
It's
like
overpriced.
Chipotle.
Yeah, but Chipotle's overpriced as hell. Chipotle is also way overhyped.
It's true. There are better. I would say there are better places that do what Chipotle does with fresher, and I wouldn't say fresher, but just better. They
Yeah,
do it. They do it better.
but would you
Um,
agree that the same is true for Cold Stone?
yes, 100%. Cold
I
Stone
rest my
is
case.
severely overrated. I'm not arguing with you about this. The only reason why I'm arguing is because I like Chipotle, but you're right. There are places like even where I live, there are local places that do it better.
Mhm.
It's easy for me to get Chipotle because they have an app and I know what I get from Chipotle. I get the same thing every time. It's easy. So,
Can
but you're right.
we
Cold Stone's overrated.
can we shift gears onto a different novelty treat? Because now
Sure.
I don't want to forget this, and I really want your opinion as somebody with a child. What are your thoughts, feelings, and emotions towards Dippin' Dots?
Uh,
And do
it's
you know what Dippin' Dots are?
I'm well aware of what Dippin' Dots are.
Okay.
I think Dippin' Dots is a crime
What?
because what they are and how they market themselves is absolute genius because the kids look at it and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's ice cream of the future," which
Yeah.
I saw 30 years ago. So when's this future coming, guys? It's
Wait.
it's extremely overpriced for what it is, and it's
Oh,
very
100%.
subpar for what it is.
Kind of agree.
The only thing it
Definitely.
has got going for it is its marketing, its brand, and its appeal to anyone under the age of 11.
All right. Well, consider me under 11
There you go.
because
Every
anytime I
time
see Dippin' Dots,
yes.
I have to fight the urge just a little bit
You
because I'm an
you
adult and I know that. I know that
and
it's
the
not
kiddo,
socially acceptable
and the kiddo.
to be a 30 plus year adult and walk up to a Dippin' Dots cart by myself and be like, I'd
Such a
like
boomer.
one Dippin' Dots, sir or madam. Here's my $80.
True. Oh my goodness. The baseball game, and it's like, here are the Dippin' Dots. I'd rather do you remember it was the frozen lemonade? Like, that was a huge
Mhm.
thing for a while. It was, like, in the pint, and it was just, like, frozen lemonade. It was like a sorbet or a sherbet, which we haven't touched on at all, by the way.
Sherbet's
Um,
disgusting. That's it.
sherbet is
That's it. Sherbet's for old people. Diabetic, have
Sherbet
some sherbet.
sherbet versus sorbet. Yeah, sorbet is the vegan style of sherbet.
Sorbet is just sherbet for people with money.
Yeah,
I won't be
it's
taking any questions. They're both lame.
sorbet sorbet is vegan, sherbet is not. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah, they're
Um,
all inferior.
but to me, that's kinda like what the frozen lemonade scam was of, like, the early 1990s, was
Kinda.
and that's what Dippin' Dots is to me. It's a scam. Dippin' Dots is a scam. It's ice cream.
So I would
You've
like
just you
to
you've just made it a little bit different. And
so
then you
I
and
will
you and
say,
you and you you check the price up by, like, 100%.
I want
Because of
to
A, where you're located, and B, what's staring at you in the face going, "Hey, I want some ice
well,
cream." Are you
let
gonna be a
me
good father and get me ice cream, or are you gonna be a piece of crap that I'm gonna resent later in life because I didn't buy you the Dippin' Dots? Of course
alright.
I'm gonna buy you the Dippin' Dots.
So that's a lot to unpack, but
That's how I feel about Dippin' Dots.
I would like to defend Dippin' Dots for a multitude of things. One, I think Dippin' Dots get a bad rep for how expensive they are because the only place you can commonly find them is places where stuff is all like where everything's expensive, like sporting events, theme
Mhm.
parks, things like that. Like places where stuff is already very expensive is the only place you're gonna
Oh,
find Dippin' Dots. With that being said, there are numerous places where I live where there are
mhm.
just like straight up Dippin' Dots like vending machines, and they're way less expensive through those. And it's just a vending machine full of Dippin' Dots. You put your money in and you say, "I want this one," and then it
But
just like vacuums up a scoop of it.
but is this like a situation where you're, like, on the boardwalk or you're out, like, in a kind of public location, where lots of people are? Because I would argue that that's the same thing as being in a theme park or at a baseball stadium. It's an in the moment kind of
For a
situation.
while, there was one just like in the vestibule of a sort of local Walmart. Like obviously, like on boardwalks and stuff like that, there's also like they're
Yeah.
also there. But if I'm on the boardwalk, I would just get, like, regular ice cream instead.
Yeah.
In an instance,
Just
like walking out of a Walmart, for example, and it's like, "I got $5." Throw $5 in, you get a little thing. So I like Dippin' Dots because they're easy to eat and they're fun to eat, and it gives you some of that, like, childhood happiness because it's like you said, like, it was a it was ice cream of the future 30 years ago, and it's still ice cream of the future, I guess technically. I don't think there's any downside to Dippin' Dots at all, other than how expensive they are in like parks and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
will point out, because I'm looking on their website right now, that they have a flavor that's called Spookies and Cream. And I cannot believe that I'm in a timeline where Dippin' Dots is the only company that's ever posted Spookies and Cream as like a Halloween flavor.
I've never seen that,
Me neither. I think it says it's only available online, or maybe it's just now available online. But
possibly.
it's like a vanilla ice cream. So it's just cookies and cream, but the
Yeah.
vanilla ice cream pearls are orange in color.
Okay,
So it's
that
just
makes a lot
orange
more
cookies
sense.
and cream.
That
But
makes
it's
a lot
called
more sense.
Spookies and Cream, and it's very cute.
That's that's hilarious. It's also probably too expensive. I would argue that Dippin' Dots is not easy to eat, because then why in the hell does my child spill it all over his shirt every time we're at the baseball
Well,
game?
that's a skill issue.
You're probably right.
Also, I want to
Mm.
point out
It's
that
it's
I
hard to eat
can
ice cream out of a miniature helmet, I guess.
yeah, that's fair. So you can buy a single serving of Dippin' Dots from their website for
Mhm.
$3.49.
What for they're gonna mail you a single scoop?
Yeah.
Ugh,
Or you can buy a bulk bag for $70.
bag of Dippin' Dots.
I don't know what's in a
$70? Is that
oh,
what you heard?
yeah, so it's 30 servings. Holy shit.
No, thanks. You go ahead. Tell me how that is.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
What's a
So
gram?
a single serving package is 72 grams, but the serving size from the bulk one is 96 grams. So it's a 24-gram difference, depending on which one you're getting, which is weird. So you're actually getting like 45 servings plus or minus. No, probably like 38 servings for $70. That's not bad. That's a lot of banana split flavored Dippin' Dots. All right, if anyone wants to get me something for Christmas, a $70 bag of banana split Dippin' Dots is on the list.
Yeah.
If I'm so
No,
mad that I went and did my grocery shopping literally today, like I have ice cream in the house, so I can't even justify going and hunting down Dippin' Dots right now. Uh,
just severely overrated. I'm sorry.
Kinda,
I think
but good.
I think Dippin' Dots might be more overrated than Cold Stone is.
No, I
100%.
think
Yeah.
Dippin' Dots are a sleeper pick.
It's really not.
I I think if I asked the next 50 people I talk to what the last decade that they had Dippin' Dots was, I think not a single one would say anything later than like 2015. I think Dippin' Dots is definitely not as common.
Yeah.
But
We're
again, it
I
it depends on like what you do. Like if you go to a lot of like baseball
yeah.
games and stuff like that, like if you go to a lot of sporting events, or if you have a
Mhm.
kid and you go to a lot of sporting events, then you might.
No, and you say that too because as we speak, at the evening that we are recording this, we are going to a baseball game, and I guarantee you the kid will have Dippin' Dots by the 7th inning.
If
So
you see the banana split one, just get them.
he usually goes with cookies and cream.
That it is a skill issue.
That's just it's his go-to, and we'll get another mini novelty helmet to go into the cupboard. We got about
Dude, I
12 of
had
them already.
had friends that like regularly went to games and they just
Mm,
collected those helmets.
oh yeah, we collect
And
them too.
and at one point we were just like I was like looking, I was like, why do you have so many of these? He's like, they're ice cream balls. I was like, why are they right side up on a shelf? I was like, oh well, they're baseball helmets. I was like, well, which
I
is
see.
it?
It's both. It's Inception.
That's fair. We have one additional topic that is not ice cream related at all.
Oh
So
no.
I will consider this a bonus topic. The final topic that we need to discuss is a late entry into this month's lineup of topics and discussions because this stems from a very, very silly, very nonsensical argument regarding beef Wellington and other similarly structured foods,
It's the cube rule of food is what it is.
which is a good standard. And so I figured out so the mushroom as a carb
Mm,
argument, I
mm,
realized where I went wrong with that. And it's because I said where the carbohydrate goes and not where the starch goes. And that was the issue is that I said the carb and not starch.
right.
If you don't know the cube rule of food, there are 6 shapes for identifying what kind of food your
Yeah.
food is.
Just imagine a cube, and a cube has 6 sides, and
Yeah.
whatever represents those particular sides dictates what the food item
But
is.
it basically this chart is helpful because it uses it. It's basically depending on how many sides of that cube contain primarily a starch. So like if it's a singular side with one starch, like in this case the bottom, it's toast.
Toast.
And then whatever's
Yeah.
on that starch is just toast topping.
Does that make pizza toast?
Yeah, or potentially a bread bowl.
A bread bowl, yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think toast is more reasonable depending on your specifics. 2 starches makes it a sandwich.
One on bottom, one on top, yeah.
I'm I'm plus or minus on this because
Mhm.
depending on how you see things, 2 and 3 sides can get a little murky.
True.
With 3 sides being considered a taco, like if you were to
Right,
think of a hard shell taco or something like that.
right.
However,
Side, bottom, side.
yeah, the bottom portion in that, when I think of what like a standard hard shell taco looks like, it is a singular rounded thing. So it's just a piece of toast that is bent realistically. Not like literal toast, like it's one side that is bent into a U shape.
Correct.
So you could argue that it is not a taco. And that goes for like the hot dog argument.
Yeah, hot dog is a taco, not a sandwich.
Yeah, 100%. Like I don't want to hear it. If you're taking 2 separate pieces of bread and putting a hot dog between it,
Then it's a sandwich,
yeah, then you can call it a sandwich. But if you have a standard hot dog bun,
which is one piece of bread that has a cut in the middle to separate,
yep,
therefore making it a three-sided entity because you've created the 3 sides by opening it down the middle.
yeah, it's a
Putting the
taco.
hot dog inside it. Hot dog is a taco.
Bingo. Or sides forming an open-ended perimeter, similar to like a belt or anything like that, is considered sushi,
Yep.
which is fair. There's not that many foods that fall by that. But like pigs in a blanket is one that does fall
Mhm.
in this. If you were to cut if you were to take pigs in a blanket and cut one down the middle and look at the cross section, looks just like
Right.
sushi. It's just like redneck
Yeah,
sushi.
it is.
This particular chart has the five-sided one listed as soup, salad with bread bowl. I
Mhm.
don't think I've ever seen somebody put salad in a bread bowl, but now that I've thought about it, that sounds pretty tasty. I would eat that.
Are you talking about the all 5 sides with the top open?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really an instance where you would have any other side open.
Right. I'm just saying, I mean, the chart I'm looking at says it's a quiche.
So you're looking at the old one.
The old one.
Look at the
Bread bowl?
website that I sent you.
Website? You sent me a website.
Yeah, check your DMs.
Mm, I don't check my DMs.
Yeah, check your DMs. I sent it
There
to
it is.
you
Okay. I see it.
earlier.
Awesome.
But on
Dude,
that, there's a lot of good stuff in here. And I like this better than a quiche
soup
because quiche is a
soup, salad,
weird
bread
like
bowl, yeah.
I think quiche is a weird way to go when there's just other bread-based
Oh,
things.
you could argue that pizza could also be considered a bread bowl.
Well,
I know
that's what
you
I'm saying.
mentioned this
Like
earlier.
depending
Yeah.
on how you consider if the crust is just a slightly raised part of
Or
one
like a
flat surface,
or like a deep
or
dish pizza.
yeah, or if it's the sides are wholly raised.
Right.
And then 6 being all sides are starch, being considered a calzone. So like a
Mhm.
ravioli is just a tiny calzone, a hot pocket is just a tiny calzone, a beef
Pop
Wellington is just a
yeah,
calzone.
a Pop-Tart is a
A
calzone.
Pop Tart is a dessert calzone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not hard. I don't know
No,
why
it
people
really isn't.
makes this so difficult.
So if you're looking at this website, Slacky, if you were to scroll down a bit, it even gives illustrative examples as you go down. So some popular examples of toast are considered. So this is interesting. So they list pizza as toast, but
Pizza is toast, yeah.
they also list pie. So
Pie.
like a pumpkin pie slice is on their
So
list, and they just have bent toast. I don't know if I agree with pie being bent toast because it's kind of right, but
mhm,
I feel like this is the side walls, even
mhm,
though it is a singular
mhm.
piece, I would consider this surrounded on 5 sides. And I would consider this more like a 5 sided, like a bread bowl styled thing.
It depends on, like, how you instance the pie. So, for instance, they have I'm looking at the site too. They've listed pie as a slice, but if you took the whole pie as one entity, then you would be right. It would be the pie surrounded on all sides except on the top, which would make it a bread bowl or a quiche, if you would.
Yeah, but
Um,
taking a slice out of it doesn't take it away from what it was. Like
True, that's what I'm saying.
if you take a slice out of the center of a hot pocket, it's not now it does not become sushi. It's still
Sushi, yeah.
yeah, it's
It
still
it's still calzone.
yeah. The
Yeah,
sandwich
and
one sandwich is standard.
like
Quesadilla as a sandwich
mhm.
is an interesting and they make a note to say that it has to be a non-folded quesadilla for this to count.
Who folds their quesadilla?
Well, so like if you make a half
Huh,
quesadilla. So
I
instead of putting
guess.
2 separate tortillas on, you would make it like you
Got
would
it.
make an omelet almost.
So, like, taking a tortilla and folding it in half and putting everything in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, makes
which is also common.
I could argue that quesadilla is a sandwich.
Yeah, like well,
Hot dog.
it depends on how you make it.
Mhm,
So this is interesting. So under taco for 3 sides, they
mhm,
have slice of pie, but
mhm.
this is pie that has a top crust. And I think that's why they considered pumpkin pie specifically
Right,
a toast because it has no top crust.
right.
But
And then, like, any kind of so, like a cherry pie would have top
yeah, and they're
that top
considering this
pastry
a
on it.
three-sided starch on its side.
Mhm,
I don't I don't like this. This is doing exactly what we just said wouldn't happen,
right.
where slicing something into a different form changes what it is. When
Right.
ultimately pie is a calzone. A topped pie is a calzone.
I agree.
Like slicing it to make it less does not change what it was. Sushi, pigs in a blanket's right there. Huge. I'm so good at this.
Enchilada as sushi, I love it. It's so true too.
Yeah. Also, this is what's interesting. So in on this website, so on the other one that I was looking at that said it was like soup, salad, bread bowl, etc. In the illustrative example part, they list it as quiche.
Yes.
So I thought that was interesting. But like falafel pita, interesting. Would not have thought that, but true. It's just that, but sideways.
Got one end open, yeah.
Cheesecake
Cheesecake
standard.
is quiche.
Quiche bonus round.
Bonus
Oh
round.
wow, the salad and
Salad in a
bread.
The salad in a bread bowl.
You know, like I said it. I was like, in principle, that sounds pretty good.
Key lime pie, I guess, yeah,
Okay,
it's open.
so
Okay,
here's
wait, how can you have key lime pie as quiche, but a slice of pumpkin pie as toast? They've just contradicted themselves.
so continue down to 6. So for calzone, it's pie, and then in parentheses, whole.
Oh,
So they've made good on
have
their
they?
atrocity.
Or have
Yeah, I
they
think
just
I think because they went out of their way to specify it in its different forms as unique identifiers.
burrito as a calzone?
Br-
Uncrustable as a calzone, let's go.
Uncrustables are absolutely calzones.
Pop-Tarts a calzone, dumplings as
Let's see.
calzone.
Anything
I
that has
agree
0
with all of
sides is a
this.
salad. So mashed potatoes is a salad. A steak is a salad. What else we got?
Anything that's on. I do love the cake, the 3-tiered. The Big Mac is a cake
Oh
because it
yeah,
has 3 tiers of bread, and,
100%.
I guess you could, yeah, flapjacks,
I don't agree with
donut,
flapjacks.
lasagna is cake.
That I do agree with. So the reason I don't agree with flapjacks, even though three pancakes in a stack would
Mhm.
make a cake,
I figured it would just be toast.
yeah, that's just 3 separate pieces of toast. The identifying mechanic of the cake from a modular perspective and operationally, there has to be something between the flapjacks. This is interesting. I didn't think of this one. So number 8 is the 4D hypercube of nachos, where your starched element is a smaller part of a full thing. So a salad with
It's
croutons is nachos. Lucky Charms, I don't agree with.
poutine
Poutine,
as
I agree
nachos,
with. Oh yeah,
um,
because the fry, like the
ramen as nachos.
agree. Yeah, ramen, wet nachos. I agree with all those.
Wet nachos.
Muffins or other blocks of starch are toast. Yeah, okay, I agree. I agree with all this. This whole website. I'm gonna link this website in the description if you want to look over
Yeah,
this yourself, because there's a whole bunch of stuff additionally on here that they talk about. Then there's the sandwich alignment chart, which I didn't really look at, but I can't be bothered to bring up a sandwich alignment chart. But I
true.
very much encourage you all to look at this. Like I said, I will link this in the description of this video so you guys can take a look and see where we're coming from on this. So normally we end each of these episodes with a small tidbit or piece of advice for you to take home back to your regular everyday lives. But I think after bestowing upon you all the infamous cube rule of food, this may be something that is new to you or not. If this is not new to you, then consider it consider it our form of advice for you. So now you can accurately and adequately describe the foods that you're a fan of. And if you did already know this, consider it a refresher course, and you're welcome. Slacky, do you have any advice, ice cream related or not, mayhaps?
Stay away from the Dippin' Dots.
Send me Dippin' Dots, please.
And don't forget that when you're in the frozen yogurt shop, you pay by the pound.
If you've made it this far, thanks for listening. Next month, Slacky and I are hopping in the car and hitting the road while we talk about some of the best and worst fast food chains out there. This has been the Fat Pants Podcast.